This video covers the Illustrator Chapter 2 Skills Review 238. We're going to start by launching Illustrator and then navigating out by hitting Control-O and opening up your Chapter 2 data files, AI2-4. Say Open. Okay, you might want to fit that to window by hitting Control-0, because sometimes it sort of defaults a little bit small. Okay, save it as restaurant logo. So File, Save As, Restaurant Logo. And then save it somewhere that you'll remember. Say OK. Step 2, using a bold font, type Now Open on 2 lines anywhere on the artboard. I go down to my type tool, 2 lines, so Now Open, and then it tells us that it's in impact in the figure, so I then select my text, go up to the character area, and just start typing in impact, and only 1 or 2 letters is fine, and it does it for you, and then hit enter. Okay, it wants us to change the font size to 29, and the best way to do that is in your character panel. If you don't see your character panel, go up to Window, Type, Character, and then your character panel should pop up. You do want to change this to 29 point, and then the leading to 25. Okay, verify that the baseline shift is set to 0, and mine is. Change the alignment to center, which you can do easily up here in the control panel, and the horizontal scale to 75%. That's here. Okay. Position the text in the center of the white circle. So go to your type tool, or your selection tool, excuse me, and then drag this down right into the center of the white circle, of course. And your smart guides actually help with that, because when I was moving it, you can sort of see those green lines pop up every so often, and when you hit the center, it actually does say center. All right? So now, step 7, hide your text. Object, hide, selection. Save your work. Control-S. Now we're going to flow text into an object. It wants us to first copy the beige circle. So click on the beige circle and do an edit copy. Paste the copy in front of it. So now you do an edit, paste in front. Okay, you don't really see anything happening because it pastes it right in front of it. Step 3, click the type tool, go back to this type tool, then select all of the green text at the bottom of the artboard with the type tool. So you can just do that by putting your cursor in and doing a Control-A to select all. And then you want to copy that green text, so do a Control-C for copy. Click the selection tool, so back up to the selection tool. Then click the top beige circle. So now we're clicking that beige circle that we just copied and placed in front. Step 6, click the area type tool, go to the type tool, hold it down because it's in the hidden tools area. Right there, area type tool. Click the edge of the top beige circle and then paste. So I just clicked the edge. Make sure you don't click the green circle or the gray circle. You want to click that beige circle, and then go ahead and do a paste, either by going up to Edit, Paste, or doing a Command V. So I pasted that copy right within that beige circle. Center align the text in the circle. So do a Control A and go up to your control panel and center it. Change the baseline shift to -4. As it's still selected, go over to your baseline shift and hit -4. Okay, now step 9, fill the selected text with the same fill color as the beige circle, and that is a 50% orange. So if we go over here and we look at orange, you can just choose something. I really don't mind which one is chosen. So let's just go ahead and, this is the closest we can get. So 50% orange. Step 10, in the color panel, which you should have available as well, and if you don't, I'm just going to group those panels together. If you don't have a color panel immediately available, go up to Window, go down to Color, and that should be out here then. Now you want to drag the magenta slider to 40%. So this here is at 25. Now it's at 40. And now you can kind of see your text, whereas before you couldn't because it was the same color as the beige. Okay, now go ahead and hide your text, but first click the selection tool and then go ahead and do Object, Hide, Selection. Alright, now save your work. Control S. Now we're going to position text on a path. So select the dark gray circle, which is here. Click the Type on a Path tool. So go back to your Type tool, type on a path. Then click the top of the circle. So we're just going to click that very top of the circle. And then what ends up happening is we've got a cursor at the bottom, and don't let that freak you out because I'll show you exactly what ends up occurring here. Using a bold font, type the whole in one in all capital letters across the top of the circle. Again, we're going to keep Arial, and I think, or Impact or Arial. We can change Arial later, but the whole in one. And it looks like it's kind of strange doing it backwards here, but looks like they have dashes in between. And I'm going to do a Control A, and I'm going to save this as Arial Black. So Arial, and then go over here and hit bold because that's what I have on my computer. Now, all systems are different and system fonts are different, so as close as you can get to this is what I expect. Okay, so all caps, 46 is Arial Black. If your type appears at the bottom of the circle, drag the start or end bracket to position the type at the top of the circle. Zoom in so that you can clearly see the brackets. If you move the circle instead of the type, undo your last step and try again. So I'm going to do a Control plus to zoom in because that's an easy way to do it. And you might notice that going in here, you don't see anything. But if you click on the selection tool, it wants you to drag this to the beginning. Now, these brackets allow you to move it back and forth. This is your end point here. And you see it goes away if you move past the beginning point. And if you go up to the beginning, you can then go ahead and center it. And you see my smart guides, this green line right here, saying it's intersecting. So that means it's centering. So that's how you do that. So deselect and then move on to step 4. Change the font size to 36 points. Set the horizontal scale to 75%. So I can just double click right in there, do a control A, change the font to 36, and the horizontal vertical scale to 75, which it already is. And fill the color to white, because right now it's black. So as it's selected, make sure you double click on the fill, and then what you can do is type in 0 there and say OK. And then you've got your white hole-in-one. Okay, step 5, click the selection tool, go back to that selection tool, click edit on the menu bar, click copy, click edit on the menu bar again, click paste in front, then move the center bracket clockwise to position the copied text across the bottom of the circle. Okay, so those brackets will then allow you to move it towards the bottom of the circle. So now you've got two texts, because we made a copy of that, and it's all in the way that you drag, so it's a little bit weird. You have to work a little bit on it. You may get to this point and decide that you want to change bracket because it's easier to handle. The center bracket isn't always that easy to handle, so. And that looks like it's centered because I see my smart guide popping up. Okay. Looks a little off though, and maybe I can move it up just a little bit. There you go. Step 6, select the copied text with the type tool, then type restaurant. Make sure you keep your all caps. Step 7, drag the restaurant text across the path to flip its direction. Now this gets a little weird, and so go back up to your selection tool, grab that bracket and pull it right up, and let go quickly. Because what ends up happening is it flips it, and then sometimes it flips it back, so you really got to get used to the sensitivities, but once you do, it's not so bad. So now we have restaurant flipped. Apply a negative baseline shift to move the text below the path. So we are going to now select it and apply a negative baseline shift. I'll try 15. That looks about right. And it says it's negative 26 on the figure, but you may have to manipulate yours just a little bit differently. That'll be just fine too. It's more centered within the green circle, so I guess we will stick to negative 26, but use your best judgment on that. Okay, step 9, copy both text objects. Click edit on the menu bar, then click paste in back. So click on this one, and then hold down shift and click on the other one. Edit, copy, edit, paste and back. Okay, so now we've got like 4 sets of text. Don't let that freak you out. All right, we're going to resume in the next video at step 10, column 3 of Illustrator 2-38. I'll see you in that video. Don't close your document.